everyone, and welcome back to Days Out. Now in the last episode I mentioned that the Vale of Rydal moved into Aberystwyth's standard gauge station following the closure of the line from the town to Carmarthen. Well, today the southern part of that line has been preserved. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gwili Railway. The Gwili runs for 4.5 miles from Gwili Junction to Coed-Holt. Built by the Carmarthen and Cardigan, it was broad gauge from Carmarthen to Conwyl and converted to standard gauge in 1872, the last line in Wales to do so. It was eventually taken over by the GWR in 1882. The service was very slow, taking 3 hours to cover 60 miles, with passenger traffic ceasing on the 22nd of February 1965. Milk trains continued to run until 1973, with the track being lifted in 1975. A preservation society acquired the 8 miles from Gwili Junction to Carmarthenshire. Becoming the first standard gauge railway in South Wales, it reopened in 1978, reaching Llanwy Fan in 1988. Stock from the Gwili Railway Society arrived in 1996, followed by more stock from the Swansea Vale in 2007. Coed-Holt was reached in 2001, with the extension to Gwili Junction opening in 2017. Gwili Junction is on the edge of Carmarthen, as the track bed has been cut off by a road. Work started in 2011, with much of the infrastructure coming from the Swansea Vale, but the station here didn't open until 2023. In service today we have Moor Barrow, an 060 saddle tank outshot by Robert Stevenson and Hawthorne in 1955. Working at Backworth and Whittle collieries in Northumberland, she was withdrawn in 1973. Her first preservation home was the North Yorkshire Moors, and the name Moor Barrow came from a series of Pat Wilson plays, with Goathland being the inspiration. Since then, she's been based at various railways, coming to the Gwili in 2015. Bronwyd Arms is the only original station on the Gwili. Following closure and demolition, only the platform remained, with many of the buildings coming from the Heart of Wales line. The station building incorporates part of the Llandudfri signal box, whilst the box itself is from Llandy, with smaller items arriving from Barry Docks in 1979. On shed, a Class 03, number D2178, and 6400, number 6430, visiting from Llangollen. Llanwy Fan Cerrig means platform of stone, with the station building coming from Felinfac on the Abercyron branch near Lampeter. These frames belong to number 28, the only Welsh-built locomotive in preservation, as she was outshot by the Taff Vales Cardiff Works in 1897. Taken into GWR stock and renumbered 450, she was sold to the military and went to Longmoor and was named Gordon. After the war, she was sold again, this time to the NCB, working at its Lambton system and numbered 47. Withdrawn in 1960 and presented to the British Transport Commission, she is now part of the Gwili Railway's Welsh Train Project, the idea being to restore a complete Taff Vale train. Of course, we couldn't come to a South Wales railway without mentioning one of these, an austerity. This, for example, was outshot by Hunslet in 1955 as works number 3829 and worked at Lady Windsor Colliery. It came to the Gwili Railway from the Swansea Vale. Aberthaw is a Pegit 060 diesel mechanical from 1959. She spent her whole life at Aberthaw Power Station and was kept as the station's gate guard, moving to the Gwili in 2006. Abigail is a Ruston Hornsby 88DS from 1951. Initially working for the MOD until 1976, she later went to Radder and Newport, being acquired by the Vale of Neath Railway Society in 1992. In front of Abigail is sorting van number 80371, outshot from York in 1973. Purchased in 2007, it is now used as Santa's Grotto at Christmas time. The newest item of rolling stock is HST number 43056, outshot from Crewe in 1976. First allocated to BR's Eastern region, it was withdrawn by GWR in 2021. Danny Coed Holt, meaning below the trees, is the present northern terminus. The points here are worked by two ground frames at the north and south ends. So that was our visit to the Gwili Railway. Hope you've all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment, and you can also follow me on Instagram, and I'll leave a link down below. Take care everyone, and I will see you all on the next Days Out. Bye for now.